So now let's see, in batch 1 there is some quantity of paint. Okay, blue paint 2 cups and white paint 1 gallon. 1 gallon of white paint means 16 cups of white paint. How can we make 2 batches? To make 2 batches, we have to make one more batch, right? So we need to double the amount of paint in batch 1 to make the second batch. So batch 2 has blue paint 4 cups, which is double the amount of the first batch. In first batch there was only 2 cups of blue paint. In batch 2 it is doubled and has become 4 cups of blue paint. And white paint, it is now 2 gallons in batch 2. Again, this white paint is also doubled. In batch 1 there was only 1 gallon, but now in batch 2 it's 2 gallons. What can you do to get dark shade of blue paint? So to get a darker shade of blue paint, we have to increase the quantity of blue paint than white paint. So the ratio of blue paint will be more compared to white paint. Example 20:1. So when we use 20 cups of blue paint, you can use 1 cup of white paint. In this way, we will get a darker shade of blue paint. What can you do to get a lighter shade of blue paint? To get a lighter shade of blue paint, decrease the quantity of blue paint than white paint. For example, 2:10. So if you use 2 cups of blue paint, you can use 10 cups of white paint. In this way, you'll get a lighter shade of blue paint. Okay, so here you have to write the missing number. So there's a number missing here, there's a number missing here, over here, and also over here. Okay, so let's write the missing number. So it starts with 0, but then the next number is 6. But there's a half value here. You have to find what is the half of 6. So when half of 6 is 3, so 3 goes there. And then looks like they're skipping by 3, so 0, 3, 6. And then the next number is 9, and again skip by 3, 10, 11, 12, and then skip by 3, which is 15, and again skip by 3, which is 18. Okay, so in this question you are finding the missing number. Let us solve this problem. 11.1/4 equals what? So this can be written as 11 times 1/4, which is, multiply the numerators. So 11 times 1 is 11/4. So let's divide 11/4 and find out how many 4 goes in 11. 2 4 goes in 11, which is 8. And 11 minus 8 is 3. So the answer is 2 3/4. Let us find the equation. 7 dot 1 by 1 over 4 can be written as 7 times 1 over 4. Multiply the numerators. 7 times 1 over 4, which is 7 by 4. Now let us divide and find out. 7 is a dividend, 4 is a divisor. How many 4 goes in 7? 1 4 goes in 7. And let us subtract. 7 minus 4 is 3. So the answer is quotient, which is 1. Write the remainder and the divisor. So the answer is 1 3 over 4. 13.1 over 27 equals what? So this can be written as 13 times 1 by 27, which is 13 times 1. Multiply the numerators and write the denominator. What is 13 times 21, which is 13, and write the denominator as such. So now let us multiply. Oh, that is the answer, 13 over 27. Okay, next problem, 13.1 over 99 equals what? This can be written as 13 times 1 over 99, which is 13 by 99. Let us solve the next problem. X dot 1 over 1 by y equals what? So that can be written as x times 1 by y equals, so x times 1, any number times 1 is the same number. So x by, write the denominator, the answer is x by y. Definition of equivalent ratios is equivalent ratios are two numbers that can compare things, usually with a colon between them, and can multiply, divide into a new ratio. Okay, now there is a ratio 10:1:3. Twice the amount of this ratio or double the amount of this ratio is, multiply the first ratio with number 2. So 10 becomes 10 times 2 is 20, 1 times 2 is 2, 3 times 2 is 6. Now half the amount is, so we have to find half the amount of the first ratio, 10:1:3. So 10 divided by 2 is 5, is to 1 divided by 2, just write as such, 1 divided by 2, and then 3 divided by 2. 3 divided by 2 can be written as, how many 2 goes in 3? 1 2 goes in 3, and when we subtract, so you write 1 1 over 2. 3 divided by 2 can be written as, so let me erase it, can be written as 1 1 by 2, or 1 1 over 2. Now let's see what is 5 times of the first ratio. So to find the 5 times of first ratio, multiply the first ratio 10:1:3 with 5. So 10 times 5 is 50, is to 1 times 5 is 5, is to 3 times 5 is 15. Next, let us find out 1/5 of the first ratio. For that, you have to divide the first ratio with 5. So 10 by 5 is to 1 by 5 is to 3 by 5. So what is the value of 10 by 5? 10 by 5. So how many 5 goes in 10? 2 what is the value of okay, we can't simplify that right now, so let's write like that and write 3 over 5. So this is the 1/5 value of the first ratio, 10:1:3. So next question, 3:6 is the value for one batch. Okay, what you have to find is 9:18 ratio is for how many batches. So you see how many 3 goes in 9. So this 9 is 3 times the first number is 9, right? So 3 times 3 is 9. So it triples. 3 times 3 is 9 and 6 times 3 is 18. So this ratio triples when compared to the first ratio. So this must be for 3 batches. Okay, so now the value for one batch is 6:3. If you make for 6 batch, what will be the ratio? So for 6 batches, the ratio will be, you have to multiply the first ratio with 6 times, right? So 6 times you have to multiply. So the value will be 6 times bigger. So 6 times 6 is 36 is to, even this value you have to multiply 6 times. 3 times 6 is 18. So the new ratio, which is an equivalent ratio for 6 batches of food, whatever you make. For example, if you need 6 cups of milk and 3 teaspoons of cocoa powder, because you need to make a chocolate milk. So that is for one batch. For 6 batches, you need 36 cups of milk and 18 teaspoons of cocoa powder. So both are equivalent ratios. Whatever you prepare in this ratio, the taste will be same, the color, the shade, nothing changes. But the only thing that changes will be the quantity of it. One batch will be in less quantity and 6 batches will have more quantity of the same food or chocolate milk. Are these ratios equivalent? Let us check. 3 is multiplied by 2 times and we got 6. And 6 has to be multiplied by 2 and it should be 12 here. But it is 3. So this ratio is not equivalent. Equivalent ratios are multiplied or divided by the same number. So in this case, 10:1 is multiplied by 2 and we get 10 times 2 is 20 and 1 times 2 is 2. So that is how we got 20:2. So in the other case, 10:1 is divided by 2 divided by 2. So when we divide 10 divided by 2, we get 5. And when we divide 1 divided by 2, we get half. So that is how we got the ratio 5:half. If the ratios are not multiplied or divided by the same number, then it is not an equivalent ratio.